con la dictadura, pero hicieron negocio con Saddam Hussein, hicieron negocio con toda la dictadura sabida y por haber, porque no tienen ética, no tienen moral, no tienen responsabilidad con la humanidad. Ellos simplemente ven números y vuelvo a insistir, no quieren ver los rostros de los hombres, mujeres y los niños que se mueren de hambre.
The poor people are paying with their lives, they are paying for electricity, they are paying for water, for schooling, all services which they should be getting for free, because now the money is being channeled to repay the apartheid debt.
It's a genocide, actually, because people are dying on a daily basis. People are dying of abject poverty. The crime levels are rising up because everybody is trying to get a better way of living. And if there's 40% unemployment in this country, what does one expect? I mean, people are in abject poverty. When people put the ANC into power in 1994, they were putting them in power because they had promised a better life for all, but now it has changed. It's a better life for some and hell for the rest of us, and that is the consequence of the repayment of the apartheid debt.
These are the offices of Jubilee South Africa in Johannesburg. All over the world, Jubilee is campaigning against the repayment of what it considers the immoral debt of the dictators. Here in South Africa, tens of thousands of people have joined the struggle against the apartheid debt, which the South African government has chosen to repay.
The apartheid debt was used to prop up the apartheid machinery. The military, the parastatals, the energy, the killings, the repression that went on. So it is an illegitimate debt. But the present government has chosen to pay that debt back. It has serviced that debt to the tune of over 500 billion rand since taking power in 1994. So we've paid twice. We paid during the apartheid era, and now the majority of South Africans are paying because the rich are getting richer in South Africa and the poor are getting poorer. The issue that we need to really campaign for all over the world is corporate accountability. Corporates cannot be allowed to walk into any country and support any authoritarian regime that has got no respect for basic human rights. and get away with it scot-free.
The nations of Africa have a cumulative foreign debt exceeding $500 billion US. Much of this debt was incurred by corrupt dictators and their regimes. The worst example in Africa is most likely that of the Congo, where the brutal dictator Mobutu Sese Seko left behind a debt of $175 billion when he was ousted in 1997. Much of that debt was accrued from loans provided the Congolese dictator by the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. In a secret document, the IMF acknowledged that corruption would prevent the creditors from ever getting their money back. Still, the IMF gave loans to Mobutu's dictatorship.
The debt of Africa is so huge that some countries spend up to 2/3 of the national income servicing debt. Some African countries spend up to 5 times servicing debt than what they spend on essential services.
Too much blood was shed. Tears were bitterly shed. From evil hands, the devil's hands, we delivered this land. Sweating a day in, sweating a day out, sweating for liberation, yet still we are in starvation. Politics, religiotricks, technology, and all of them tricks you may find. I know more business, what they say. I got to pave I way, cause me now, oh no, never gonna vote again. We voted for liberty, poverty we did not choose. We voted for liability, fortuity we did not choose. We voted for unity, identity we did not choose. We voted for morality, brutality we did not choose. We voted for sovereignty, scrutiny, no density, that's insanity we did not choose. My community is born poor. Our way of survival is sour. Even though we suffer as if my people never labor, my people need the honor, for still their hearts are pure.
There will have been no historical precedent to this, not even the Black Plague that destroyed 1/3 of Europe and resulted in about, I guess, 20 million deaths. This will exceed that by far. The suffering will be far worse than that.
AIDS is affecting all societies and all communities in South Africa. This man, Justice Shabalaba, works with victims of AIDS on a voluntary basis in a township of several 100,000 inhabitants just outside Johannesburg. According to Shabalaba, 7 out of 10 in his community are infected with HIV. Here at the local cemetery, approximately 200 victims of AIDS are buried every week. The majority of the dead are between 17 and 24 years of age. At the same time, as a result of rampant unemployment and extreme poverty, many young people try to become HIV infected in order to receive a small welfare allotment from the government.
Yes, it is true. Because, because of the unemployment here in South Africa, many of them, they decided, okay, they must get infected by